Truth. Does the press tell the truth? Forget the press, meet the truth. Seek truth, ask questions. Forget the press, meet the truth. Watch Meet the Truth every Sunday morning, 8 to 9 a.m. Discover the truth the press does not want you to know about. Money is debt, gold is your bet. Forget the press, meet the truth. Watch Meet the Truth every Sunday morning, 8 to 9 a.m.
Let me go to Mark Faber in Budapest. Mark, I heard you say that you now believe it is 100% guaranteed that we are going to have hyperinflation like Zimbabwe.
Yes, that's correct.
And if we destroy our currency, which is what the Obama plan might do, if we have hyperinflation, it's not going to matter how much money we have because we're not going to be able to buy anything with it.
Well, Adrian, when you print gigantic amounts of money and you flood the world with money, throughout history, that has led to inflation.
If you're worried about $4 a gallon of gasoline, you better worry about an $8 a gallon of gasoline.
The problem is we have a printing press. We can pay our debts by printing money. People think that hyperinflation can't happen here. Well, you know, the laws of physics works everywhere. If you throw a ball up in the air in Zimbabwe, gravity's going to bring it back down.
You can't print phantom money out of thin air based on nothing and producing practically nothing without causing the dollar to devalue dramatically.
You know, I bought China back in the fall, but all I bought since then have been basically commodities, and essentially, not mainly, but a lot of agricultural commodities. That's the only place I know where you can protect your wealth going forward because they're printing so much money worldwide. I mean, and the inventories of food, by the way, are the lowest they've been in decades. If you can tell me something else where the fundamentals are so attractive, given the monetary stimulus that's going on and the supply-demand that's going on, I'd be happy to put my money there. But I don't know any other place.
Although it is easy to buy and store physical gold and silver, it is more difficult to invest in agriculture because it is complicated to grow, ship, and store. Exchange-traded funds, otherwise known as ETFs, are the solution. There are many ETFs available to purchase using any stock brokerage account that can track the price of a single commodity or a basket of commodities. If you are a good stock picker, you should consider gold, silver, and agriculture stocks, because they could outperform the commodities themselves. Although we as individuals can survive hyperinflation by investing into gold, silver, and agriculture, our country won't survive unless the government reverses course immediately and cuts government spending. It was government intervention that made the 1929 to 1939 Great Depression great. As Tom Woods explains, you probably never heard of the Great Depression of 1920 because the government did the right thing and allowed the free market to work for itself.
And I'll tell you why nobody remembers it, because it was over so quickly. We had, in the first year of that depression that went on for about 18 months, it was worse than the first year of the Depression of 29 in terms of employment, production, all the standard figures. And what did the government do in those years? How did we get out of that so quickly? Did they pass a stimulus package? Well, to the contrary, not only did they not increase the government budget, they actually cut it in half, if you can imagine that. The federal government budget from 1920 to 1922 was cut in half. And then meanwhile, okay, well, did the Fed intervene? No, the Fed stayed out, basically did nothing. And by late summer of 1921, you already had a robust recovery. So in other words, by doing the exact opposite of what Obama tells us needs to be done in order to avoid Armageddon, you had a very severe depression just go away like that.
There is a small group of educated Americans who understand that the Federal Reserve's monetary policies created the booms and the busts of the past decade. These Americans understand that the only way to avoid hyperinflation and the destruction of the U.S. dollar is to end the Federal Reserve.
End the Fed! Wake up! End the Fed! Wake up! End the Fed! Wake up! End the Fed!
And he would know what's best for me and my family because he's a doctor. So we all got flu shot.
Did you know the vitamins and nutrients will be illegal in the year 2010 if we don't awaken the sheeple? These globalists are murderers, they about to hook it up. Kodak Alimentarius, baby, look it up. They spray you from the sky like roaches. Does it shock you? Don't worry, they got a pill for you. Ask your doctor. Are your legs restless? Are you shy? Forget the side effects, not that many people die. Genetically modified foods are the bomb. They gave lab rats cancer, but please don't be alarmed. Soon GMO foods will be a staple, the only thing you'll be able to put on your kitchen table. Their own documents have shown no food shall be grown that Monsanto don't own. Worldwide, there ain't nowhere to run, thanks to World Trade Organization and International Monetary Fund. We the sheeple of America. Simply the sheeple of America. We the sheeple of America. 100 plus of the world's wealthiest people meet every June to see to it their plan is complete. Prime ministers, presidents, billionaires, CEOs, international bankers, C3POs, also known as the young psychopaths who fawn over their elders and give them charts and graphs, pondering how to reduce the population, injecting our boys and girls with poisonous inoculations.
Mercury-containing vaccines may help not...
They certainly should, because they're owned by the CFR, but who cares about the Royal Institute of International Affairs? Jerry Springer's on, yeah, 2 transvestites are about to fist fight. Meanwhile, they're making plans for the order of the new world, about to send the lambs to the slaughter. You think they care about 3,000 American men, women, and children? They about to kill a couple billion. If you're in the dark, my friend, you might despise my words, but you had the wool pulled over your eyes. We the sheeple of America, America, America. We the sheeple of America. We the sheeple of America. Collectively in a trance, we like to dance and make romance to psychopaths who plot hysteria. We the sheeple of America. What's different from that of your great-great-grandma?
Hello,
Or your new puppet?
I am Puppet Obama. A vote for me.
The thing like this,
Well,
you
change.
an intelligent orangutan in there. It wouldn't mean a daggone thing. You're owned by Goldman Sachs. Get on your knees and kiss the Queen's big ring. They took away your vision with bling. And in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is always king. In other words, they got the republic by the throat. Your vote don't count because they count the votes. They'll never tell you where you're headed, you nerd. The good shepherd never sharpens his knives in front of the herd. That's why you keep your head down, grazing in the grass. Before you know it, now you're in a whole nother pasture. They keep you sucking on the saccharin and aspartame. It's eating your brain, what a disaster. Glued to the tube to see what your favorite star's doing. The corporate news is faker than a cartoon. Even Judge Napolitano said you're just a nation of sheep. Some get slaughtered, some get fleeced. We the sheeple of America. America, America. We the sheeple of America. We the sheeple of America.
Even the highly political United Nations IPCC states in their 2007 summary for policymakers that the most flooding that will occur by the 21st century is 59 centimeters or 23 inches. The only possible reason that Al Gore would use such an alarmist example would be to create a sense of raw fear in the video's viewers. In fact, the High Court of England actually agrees. The British High Court found that the inconvenient truth includes so many exaggerations and scientific errors that it ruled that the video could not be shown in British public schools without a disclaimer that it's a political film. Not only is Al Gore's assessment extremely exaggerated, but there's compelling evidence that most of Antarctica is getting colder and the ice cap is actually growing. The exception is the ocean along the Antarctic Peninsula in western Antarctica. Science studies in 2007 and 2008 have shown that this warming is probably caused by volcanic activity and not global warming.
The evidence for Greenland is even more dramatic. On July 15, 1942, 2 new B-17 Flying Fortresses and 6 new P-38 Lightnings flying from the United States to England were forced to make an emergency landing on Greenland's southern ice cap. The crew was rescued, but the planes were left on the ice. In 1988, Pat Epps led a team to find the missing planes. They expected to find them within 40 feet of the surface. They didn't. After several years of failure, the planes were finally found in 1992, 1 mile from the landing site and 268 feet below the ice surface. The team used hot water to dig a tunnel down to one of the planes to extract it. Dubbed the Glacier Girl, the plane was restored and is now flying again. The planes did not sink to a depth of 268 feet, nor did the glacier push them down to that depth. If that were the case, the planes would have been ripped apart and crushed beyond recognition. Rather, 268 feet of ice accumulated on them from 1941 to 1992. Although the results are complex, other research shows much of Greenland's interior ice cap is growing and only its edges are melting. In balance, there is only a slight decline for the entire continent. Al Gore ignores this and concentrates on the melting that is occurring on the edges of Greenland. Should we be alarmed about this melting? 800 years ago, Earth was considerably warmer than it is today. That is when the Vikings settled in Greenland.